Hey there, guys. So this is just about some cyberbullying that's happening in New Zealand to do with someone else. I thought this was quite interesting. So this is the third podcast in the series, and it's just on cyberbullying. This one I just call it. But apparently I've been around online for about 4 years now, and I've been bullied by the best of them, and it's still happening. And they try and get me at every turn, pretty much. The best thing to do, there's quite a few different ways of doing it, but I actually find they hang around in Google Plus mostly. I just find if you avoid Google Plus and disable the notifications, that they tend to leave you alone if you don't respond. But it is quite difficult when you're online. You do become a target of some people. Some people take everything that you do personally. We're talking about sharks, and they'll be thinking they're the shark. So you have to be really careful sometimes about what you say and how you say it. But this person was this is just about how the local police in Taranaki are actually getting involved in cyberbullying. That was quite interesting. No names will be mentioned in this. This is just an article in the Taranaki Times. But apparently, a South African family that moved here, their 17-year-old son was getting racially abused messages and death threats by social messenger. Apparently, the police in Hara have actually spoken to the person that's actually been doing this to actually manage to get hold of the person in another country, apparently. So there's all sorts of stuff that it's good to see the police getting involved and stuff like that. And people don't know they're actually cyberbullying a lot of the time. They don't know that they think that they can twist people's words and stuff like that, and they don't realise it's actually quite slanderous when they're actually doing it. I mean, I've seen a lot of negative people just being online in the last 4 years, and how they have to have the last word in every comment. They have to be the person that makes the next comment and makes their point across. They don't disagree till they agree, and then they get really, really negative on what you're saying, and then they take everything you do personally and call you a liar all over the place, all sorts of stuff. And I've seen it happen to other people. I've seen quite a lot of stuff in the last 4 years just hanging around some social communities, and it's just, I think more it's how some people are quite immature online, how they don't have the social skills to actually cope with other people, so the only thing they know how to do is attack other people online. They think by getting a group of people on their side and writing a group of nasty comments in the comment section that makes them feel good. I think that's one of the things that some people like to do, and they don't realise the damage they're actually doing to the other person. Anyway, here are my thoughts. I've put the article underneath the video, and you guys can have a read of it. But as I said in this one, there you go. The police do stuff in New Zealand regards to cyberbullying. I find it interesting how social media is quickly taking over people's lives. So everyone's on social media these days. It's also so much more interesting in how people they're quite happy to steal other people's IDs and hide behind a fake name, and now getting caught online by the police, who are now investigating more and more crimes online, which is interesting. And that local police are taking more notice of how serious it actually is. So people need to understand how they affect others online, and attacking people in YouTube comments to make themselves feel better, or attacking people for making a genuine comment and thinking it's about them is a pretty stupid thing to do. Most of the people that are on YouTube are just trying to be creative, and that's all I'm going to say with this podcast, a very quick one. But that was just a blog post I did yesterday, which I copied and pasted from the Taranaki paper, but I thought it was quite interesting how the local police are actually getting involved in stuff like that, and how more and more online stuff is actually affecting people's daily lives. I mean, I've been affected just in the last couple of months by people attacking the channel, and I could be talking about a subject like space, for example, and people just take it really personally. And some people just have no social skills whatsoever, and they take everything you do personally, and you just have to learn to cope with it, I guess. I think the best way to do it is just ignore them and block them and mark them as spam. Who cares what they do? I don't. In saying that, though, I do like YouTube. I do actually follow a lot of channels on YouTube. There's some really interesting stuff to watch. I actually would really respect people that actually have YouTube channels, that actually put themselves up on screen and actually do a YouTube blog. You know, it's extremely difficult for people to do that, and I would wish anyone that has their own YouTube channel all the best. It's really hard to actually cope with the comments online. I've actually disabled all mine because they don't like me when I talk about Linux, so they get really annoyed with it. As I said, I'm not going to be too. It's just a certain people that you come across, certain personalities that you come across, and they take everything you do personally. I actually find it's better sometimes to just ignore them completely. So that's probably the best advice I can offer. Sometimes it's just best just to ignore people completely. I find Twitter quite good for this. I just right click and flag them and block them. I find Facebook's not too bad now. They have improved in how they do it. You can actually block someone on Facebook quite easily. Google Plus is annoying because it's quite easy to sign up under a Gmail account and just re-sign up. The trouble that I've had the same people re-sign up under different IDs and then start making nasty comments again, and it's the same people. It's quite easy to work out who it is because they follow the same people and they're the same sort of group. People, yeah, I mean that's the thing. Twitter, they don't tend to go on because whether someone's just stolen my old ID and you know, making fun of me online, but I don't really care about that anymore. I've just decided who's going to follow them anyway. I mean, I have an issue with parody accounts on Twitter. I really don't. Most of the people that do that are quite immature. If you have to have a parody account on Twitter, then why do you have to have a parody account on Twitter? So there's some thoughts from me about parodies. And you know, there's a fine line in slandering someone and actually naming someone online and talking about them online and actually throwing their name all over the place, and you have to be really careful when you do that. So that's another thing that I would just like to say. The police are getting involved in those sort of cases now, and people have to be really aware of that sort of stuff. I mean, I think it'd be really difficult having a teenager these days and worrying about what they're doing online. I have enough trouble trying to keep track of what's happening myself, just quietly. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. My thoughts on cyberbullying. I don't think it's ever going to stop, but I guess it's just more how you handle it and how you cope with it. Catch you guys around. This is number 3. I probably won't be doing too many more today because I did 3 blogs yesterday. But what I might do is have find some useful blogs to copy and paste into the blog, and then I do some vlogs in a podcast type format on it the next day if I have time. I will catch you guys around. I hope you all enjoyed this new format. As I said, nothing I say people should take personally. I'm normally a nice guy, though people take me the wrong way sometimes. That's all good. I don't really care. I hate anyone. I'm having a coffee. Bye bye.